And we're live. Thank you all for joining us for a brand new episode of Aetherseed Cycle of Stars. We've been away for a couple of weeks. This is a D&D game set in my original camping setting in a modern era of industrialized might and magic, where you can buy cantrips in the pharmacy. Before we jump into things, because there's a lot of family drama to get to and some deadly situations, we'll quickly go around. People can tell you who they are and who they are playing. Jay, take it away.
Hi, I'm Jade. I'm playing Will Soul. I am Fire Genasi, a chef slash cleric, and I apologize in advance to everyone for today's session because it was probably my fault.
Okay, Nate.
I'm Nate. I'm playing Errol Reminash, the Craggling Fighter, and I am not in the spotlight.
Ash.
Hi, I'm Ash. I'm playing Olo, the Lightfoot Halfling Rogue / Bard, whose family drama is yet to come up.
That's your own damn choice. And Kat.
Hi, I am Kat. I am playing RaQui MriTtyur, the Aarakocra Bard / Warlock, and don't worry, Jade, one of our family dramas had to kill somebody at some point.
For some reason, I'm reminded of the automatic captions that decided that RaQui MriTtyur was very close to Ricky Martin or something like that.
Not today. Not today.
No, not today. I had to actually, when we tried it, I had to turn it off.
Yeah.
Because I could not stop laughing. Which is why, personally, this is just my preference, auto-generated captions and fantasy do not mix. With that said, previously in Aetherseed Cycle of Stars, I just realized everybody's in the wrong window. I need to fix that because it's messing with my perception.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I see this.
Everybody should be in the right place. Perfect. I don't need to worry about it anymore. It's been a while, folks. Kind of rusty on this myself. Yes, Windows seemed a little off because they were completely off. Last time, Will's mother has been kidnapped, taken by her father's private military contracting company, and held, as far as everyone knows, against her will. Now, with the aid of her party and members of the Seekers and Will's own family, including her brother, who she did not want to be part of this, and her girlfriend, who she very much wanted to be part of this, they have infiltrated Shadowrain's compound and found their ways to the lower levels to find her mother, though in the process, some rolls by their allies failed, so the alarms sounded and they found themselves in a fight, first against a mimic colony that had taken the shape of an armor, with every extremity of it being a different mimic, and then just a handful of soldiers, likely just the first wave of what promises to be a all-out brawl. Two of those soldiers decided that, enough was enough, and they detonated themselves, dealing massive damage to the party. And a figure appeared in a full, almost like a powered armor, and told Will they needed to talk. This was a Goliath with a very large ginger mane of hair, the general and owner of Shadowrain, and kind of Will's adoptive grandfather in a way, and told her they needed to talk, and proceeded to tell her where the office was, and then disappearing as it was just a projection. So that is where we're gonna resume. Everybody around you is very much hurt, having taken a few explosions in the face. The way to that office is open to you. There are more soldiers in the hall, as the two Seekers three seekers that you had sent to the control room very much had been overwhelmed. And the door at the end of the hall where the office is open to you.
I will go down to the office because I recall him saying that he, if I don't come with, well, if I go with him, then everyone will leave. So I will follow.
He did say that if you come and talk, everybody can get out.
Yes.
What about the others? Are you staying put? Or are you going to barge your way in there as well?
I think Odo's going to wait out here. He's not in for family drama today.
I'm gonna ask Will. Will, do you want some company? Do you want to do this on your own?
No, I can do this. It's fine. You guys, kind of heal, look after yourselves. If they bring my mother here, please, like, take her.
Sure.
To put it specifically on those outside, as Will enters this office, there's a bunch of you. There's, in total, there's about 10 of you. The 4 members of Voltaire's group, including Voltaire, the 3 Seekers, and the 3 of you. And Clara, so 11. There are about that many number of guards now crowding this hallway, between half of them facing you, half of them coming from the back, and basically having you in a bit of a pincer. So if a fight breaks out, it's going to be a rumble. You also, because you have this brand new technology, RaQui, and because of the proximity, you notice that there are things inside the walls to your left, to your right, and on the ceiling, though just past the actual material, that have HP bars. You cannot see them, but your proximity allows you to get a glimpse of their HP, which stands at about 150 HP.
So I'm just gonna kind of start going around and checking.
We have a.
Oh,
sorry, we had a bit of a hum, like a feedback from Mike.
So yeah, I'm just gonna go and start checking on everybody, and anybody that is an ally, I am just going to kind of whisper, we have a lot more company than what we can see. Just so that everybody knows there's a lot more there than what we can actually see with us.
I mean, you can tell that very much folks are hurt. Other Mintra and Ticker are very much, despite everything, in tip-top shape. They very much gave it up when they were surrounded, but they are also the only ones among you who are very much just covered, drenched in blood. Because they went hard on whoever came at them. The group that is Voltaire's, they're a wide range of messed up. The one that is the worst is the Bard, Lynn, who's at 1 HP.
Wow.
How much healing can you pump at once with the first aid module?
I mean, if you pump out all the charges, that's going to be a hell of a lot. So, you'll end up without charges. But
I'm just having a look at what I've got.
While you guys figure that out, Will, you step into this office and you find yourself in a room of polished, very much, very polished, almost gleaming wood floor. There are decorations and certificates of any number of accomplishments hanging on the walls. Flags and banners and crests of both different armies, different squadrons, everything. There are certifications of very much the ability to participate in military affairs of different countries. Like they've been authorized by different governments. It very much looks like you would look in a lawyer's or a doctor's office and see their diplomas and certifications on the wall, but the military and private army version of that. There are a few weapons here and there. Very much, they have a feel of a ceremonial. There's an old saber, an old knife, very much like placed horizontally on a little pedestal, with the name of someone. You can tell very easily that these are not his, but mementos of some kind. Behind them is a window that you can tell from a slight flicker on it that the vista that it shows on the window is false, and it's just a way of brightening up this underground facility. With a pair of curtains, a very functional metal desk with some paperwork on it. To the side are a bunch of open folders and stacked papers, like loosely arranged. Very much, someone very busy just kind of threw them there and didn't pay very much attention to what they were doing. What is your passive perception?
17.
17. You, looking through all of this as you come in, the general is sitting across the desk from you, in this strange, up to the neck kind of full body armor, very much, like an Iron Man suit, a powered armor of some kind. Ashen gray skin with that big mane of ginger hair, similar with a ginger goatee. Just very much sounds as, make yourself at home. There's coffee or tea there if you wish. And you see on the side there's a little tea kettle and essentially like an espresso machine, which to you might seem offensive, perhaps.
That's fine. I will. Oh, what kind of tea does he have?
Very much a wide selection of the case. If someone that's prepared to entertain guests, has pretty much one of everything.
I will go for the espresso machine.
You can easily make a coffee, and while you're doing that, you clock some of those papers that have been kind of haphazardly strewn around, and you notice that someone tried to cover them, but then wasn't too thorough with it, and you see that there are some invoices there that have essentially kind of like the name of what is your mom's house, more as a pseudo, like a foster care center.
Mm-hmm.
Her name, the name is on some of the papers, and there are some others that you can see are invoices to your dad. He's very much waiting there for you to sit and, grab whatever you need. He's very much perfectly silent. The other thing you see in the room is that to his side, there is a closed door with a sign that says do not enter.
That just makes me want to enter that door. But before I sit down, I will wander around his office, taking note of things.
Is there something particular that you're looking for?
No, no. I'm just delaying the time of me sitting down in front of him.
He doesn't seem to be bothered by it, and just, but is giving you an amused look, and just waiting patiently.
Are there any like photos and stuff there?
With your perception, you see there are a few, mostly of him with some of his soldiers, or the typical. If you see like a veteran's photo that says him with a squad at some location, usually, covered in grime, rifles in hand or swords, you do see that there are a few photos that are face down.
I will look at those photos because I want to know why they're face down.
It's two photos. One of them is him holding. It's him and a woman. Also, Goliath. Clearly, the setting is a hospital, and the photo is him holding two babies. The other one is a photo of. You can tell it's your mom at a very early age, but already kind of like in combat fatigues. And it's like, daughter's first rifle kind of thing. It's him kind of training her as a kid. That one's also put down.
There's no other like family photos, just.
No, you actually don't even find a photo where the other figure is. Like the other baby or anything. No.
I will now sit down.
So, welcome, first of all. You and your friends make quite the mess.
Try not to make a mess.
So
Usually that's me.
Since you are here and we're meeting for the first time, and before I jump to my points in this, if you have any questions for me, I'll give you 3.
I kind of already know the answer, but why is this the first time?
My daughter has made a point of staying as far away from me as possible. It happens that I agree.
I like how you're not going to elaborate on that anymore.
Unlikely.
I didn't think so. Why did you take my mother?
To draw you here.
I don't understand that. That's just lazy, you know that, right?
I prefer to consider it smart.
It's not really. I mean, you probably knew where I was. You could have just come over.
See, here's the detail. I'm fairly certain that by now you know that I'm responsible for killing your biological parents. So if I showed up at your door, hello, come with me, we need to talk, you would not have come. Or the likelihood was you would not have come. Now, I know for a fact that if I left enough clues that I had taken my daughter, possibly against her will, you and your friends would likely storm the battlements for her. So I counted on that. If it hadn't worked, well, there's always plan B and C.
I would have thought that if you had any intel, you would have known a bit better. But
I had several plans, but as they say, no plan survives contact with an enemy. So I had
Yeah,
to do several other things.
but you went for the most violent way. I'm not really that surprised, but I would have
It
spoken to
drew
you
your
if you
attention.
turned up.
It
If
drew
you'd
your
have turned,
attention, didn't it?
well, not because of you, it was because of my mother.
Exactly.
Whereas if you'd actually just turned up and said you wanted to talk to me, I probably would have listened because, like you said, you are the reason my parents are dead.
Well, be that as it may, we find ourselves here.
Mhm.
Anything else?
Mm. I would ask why, but I'm pretty sure that's what you're going to say to me. So I'm not going to waste that question on that.
Why? What in particular?
Well, I think you know the answers. So I'm not going to ask you that question. You said you'd give me 3 questions. If I tell you what my question was going to be, you'll answer it, and then you'll take that as the question. And that's not what I want the question to be.
Well, then, ask your question.
So my 3rd question is going to be, who is the other one in the picture?
That would be your, I think, if we go by traditional bonds of family, that would be your uncle.
Mm-hmm. And it's just going to end there. Okay. Fair enough.
So here's what the situation is.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of decades ago, your mother and I had an engagement that involved, well, killing your parents.
Mm-hmm.
Now, your mother made a slight error in judgment at that point and kept you from me. Which is why we find ourselves now in a predicament where somehow, someone, particularly because your mother never really made the effort of properly hiding you, somehow your existence has been revealed to the people that once upon a time had paid me to, well, take care of your family. And now uncomfortable questions have arisen. And I aim to solve that.
Mm-hmm.
Because you see, in my line of business, reputation is a very important thing. And suddenly a survivor appearing after all these years, it creates the wrong image. You see my predicament. If it were just for me, I'm an old man. I have no issues with my own reputation being tarnished. It is not spot clean as it is. But there are hundreds that depend on me financially. So I do have a responsibility to them to ensure that this kind of question that would negatively impact our bottom line be resolved. As I said, your friends are free to go. I will push a button and your mother will be free to go.
Mm-hmm.
But I need you to die. And especially in a very showy way. We need to make a spectacle of it so I can assuage the concerns of those who would be curious as to how and why you have resurfaced.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they're survivors all the time.
Not when we're concerned.
Even
Mind
if I
you,
wasn't there.
this is more or less your mother's fault. If
But
I had been able to take care of you, you would have disappeared. No one would have ever found that you existed. There would have been a replacement body created from a sample of your blood, and everybody would have thought, hey, everybody's dead. But in her youth, your mother chose to not trust that I would have everything on hand and decided to act herself, which puts us in the current predicament.
But it's been a very, 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 very long time.
I know that, and yet somehow someone revealed your existence to, very specifically, the people who asked me to erase you.
That's probably my fault for being so famous with my bakery.
We have. He just puts a set. It punches something in just directly on the desk, and a little like screen appears in front of you, and it shows images of you with like marked with ID and everything of your time on Reverend Day and Cardis acting as a seeker. And the last thing it has a blood test that shows your relation to the people from your hometown. Your bakery has nothing to bear with it. There are many will-o-wisp souls all over the world. Just one in particular is one of your ancestry and has become something of a seeker, which may be a problem in the future, but right now, somehow, I have questions at my door.
So
Yes, I reiterate, I need to kill you.
no, I know that. That's okay. So basically the whole reason that people are now talking about it is because I became a seeker.
No, it's because someone, as I've shown you, passed along very concrete information of your existence. The fact you're a seeker is
But that
just
information
a
wouldn't
bonus.
But that information wouldn't have been available if I wasn't part of the Seekers.
That may be the case.
I mean, for one, there's always mistakes with like contamination.
Mm-hmm.
They could have just had a contamination whilst they were trying to run it.
Uh-huh.
So the fact that they're specifically asking means that whoever had that information actually had more information than what they've told you.
Oh, this is the information I was provided, and given that I already knew, because I keep tabs, that you are who you are, it is a problem.
And you can't do something showy with
That's what I intend
double,
to do.
with a double.
Perhaps, but I do still need to do something showy.
Yeah, but you could do it with a double. Doesn't necessarily have to be me. I mean,
it doesn't have the same oomph.
It looks like me, but it doesn't have to be me.
Doesn't have the same oomph.
I mean, does anything have the same oomph after it fails the first time?
You can find out.
I'd like to say no. I can probably guess that it's a no.
I have this proposal for you.
Mm-hmm.
We go outside, you and your motley crew of friends put up a good fight. We make it a very big spectacle of it. And if it's convincing enough, you all get to walk away. If not, I kill you and we move along.
No, you already said that my friends can go
In
freely.
that case, they can leave, you stay, and I kill you. And
I-
send
I
that proof to
I
my
think-
my clients.
I think the first wording was you and your friends, so that implies myself.
No. I said your friends or your mother.
Hmm.
I mean, you can leave, but first I have to kill you. You leaving has no bearing on being in living conditions. You can be carted out and still be leaving. That's a matter of semantics.
I need to check on my friends to see if any of them have a Vivify or something. Because technically you would have killed me.
Ooh.
I would then be carted out.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing to say that they can't revive me when I get out.
Mm-hmm. You step through that door without giving me an answer, and I walk right after you.
I just want to know if one of them has Revivify. You can open the door and I can shout out. No,
The door opens behind you.
Okay, I go towards the door. Do any of you guys have a Revivify?
We'll check with
Uh,
the other NPCs. That's a no on Mintra.
Nate, you
No,
muted.
you're muted.
That's a no on Mintra.
Okay.
When you ask us so matter-of-factly, I feel like you're about to do something stupid.
It's just a question.
Stupid question.
Revivify doesn't really work in my line of work, so no.
You get a whole bunch of mm-mm.
Very worried. Mm-mm.
Anyone at the Seekers have Revivify?
You get a mm-mm. The only one that could come close is Mintra, and she doesn't have that spell.
I think that's kind of your thing, Will.
Oh, it used to be.
You okay?
You want
Yeah.
to just come back here?
No.
Just look very worriedly at RaQui whilst we're dishing out things to help our friends.
No, if I come out this door, it needs to be in a body bag.
Oh, so we're fighting. That's what's happening.
No, we're not fighting. I'm
And
finding
sounds like we're about to fight.
I'm finding solutions.
You want some help with that?
No, it's okay.
You need to well, RaQui's kind of the expert on dead things.
Actually, yeah, RaQui, you might be able to figure out how to fake a body. Come here.
I very
a
nervously
body.
walk towards the door.
RaQui, because you have a high perception, passive perception, as you're walking towards Will, you see that the figure behind the desk has stood up and has drawn, and two giant axes appears in his hands. And he just puts them over his shoulders, like, So, shall we?
No, we're not fighting yet. I'm trying. We were discussing first. I haven't gone through this door yet. That was the agreement.
Very true.
I'm just asking some help from my colleague who happens to be very good at dissecting their bodies, etc., and so forth. So might be able to give some more information, or we might
You
be able
see
to
that
come up with
he
a plan.
leans a bit, looks at Raki and says, doctor, I need to talk to you at some other point. I have a proposition for you, but it can wait.
I mean, if you kill me, she probably won't want to help you anyway. So we're having a conversation.
I'm just like, I don't know if I'm going towards the door, if I'm staying, if I'm speaking, or what I'm doing right now. But I'm worried.
No, you're fine. Don't worry. There's no need to be worried. It's okay.
I'm just gonna kind of like hover near the door. I'm not going in. It doesn't look like he wants me in there.
For his part, he sat back down and the axes disappear.
Okay, so how can you make, Ricky, how can you make something appear as if they're dead, but they're not actually dead? I mean, he has some ideas. He'd rather just do the actual physical, just get the dead body there. But as an expert on the dead,
I mean, I tend to check that they are definitely dead first. I don't really tend to deal with many bodies that look like they're dead, but they're not actually dead because they should really be dead. So yeah, I don't think this sounds very good. Will, you're asking about Revivify, and I'm really worried about what you're about to do. So what options do we have here?
okay, so the options are I walk out of here with you guys, and we end up fighting our way out. Or I stay here. I fake my death somehow, although you would rather do my death right now, and all of you leave and be perfectly happy.
I'm just gonna kind of lean round Will and go, they're the two options, huh?
You see, for this situation, I require the death to be fairly spectacular, particularly in the throes of battle. Thus, I'm very much leaning towards the let's all fight. But I am amicable to other options if you can figure them out. Inevitably, though, I require Will to die.
As in, you require people to think she's dead?
Perception is everything.
But she doesn't actually have to be dead. You just need people to think she's dead.
More specifically, I need to kill her. She needs to die by my hand.
Okay. And you were planning on doing that how?
Disemboweling the lot of you.
Will?
Yeah?
What the fuck is going on?
So basically, I shouldn't be alive. I shouldn't have been alive this whole time.
That is an incorrect statement. Let's just say someone did a piss poor job of hiding that you were alive. And then someone, I don't know who, revealed your existence to the very concerned individuals.
Which were the ones who wanted me dead in the first place, which is why I should not have been alive.
I mean, we'll. Oh. There are other means of you not being dead other than purely revivify. However, I'm not so keen on the thought of you being disemboweled.
There's
Yeah.
a perfectly decent Asmodean office next door if you ever want to consider that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, but you just told me I wasn't allowed to leave this room. How am I supposed to speak to the Asmodean office next door?
I'm not counting on you talking to them.
But it's my deal on my life.
I'm sure your friends can negotiate for you. After all, you'll be dead.
Just okay.
For the record, what are Olo and Errol doing? You're just watching RaQui, and I'm just gonna say, likely you're not being quiet, so this conversation can be heard.
I'm just gonna lean around again. So you disembowel her, and people think she's dead, but she's not actually dead. What stops them from finding out she's not actually dead?
Exactly.
I'm very good at what I do.
He says.
Well,
Yeah,
clearly not, because
Well, no.
they've already found out she's still alive.
No, okay, so he's going to blame that on my mother. But the thing is,
Yes.
somebody at the Seekers had the information and gave it to said party.
I want to leave the party to guess, to make 3 guesses who.
Fucking not trick.
But the thing is, I have been like, and I understand that my name is quite common, supposedly, but there's only one like cooking business with a fire genasi that looks like me.
You vastly overestimate the reach of your cooking business.
So can we go back to the subject at hand? Because somebody, since joining the Seekers, found out that you were still alive and passed that information back. So, yeah, I think I know who that is.
Oh yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I know who that probably was as well.
Yeah.
If you know, please do inform me. I would very much like to have a conversation with this person.
Oh yeah, no, us too, considering that they're working for the Quiet.
Yep.
Interesting.
So does that mean you're associated with them as well?
No, different. I know what it may seem, but assassinations is not our main line of business. We kind of moved away from that enterprise a long time ago.
Interesting how you found out the information and it was passed on to people through them, and the only people who had that information was the Quiet. But anyway, going back to how we're gonna, so how exactly does Will walk out of here with you satisfied that you have everything that you need?
I can hook her up to some robotics and we can control her with a remote and she can quote unquote walk out of here.
Well, I do recall a minute ago you saying that you were skilled at being able to make people realize that if she was still alive, it wasn't actually her. So what does that look like?
That predicates on the fact that I do need to kill her.
Yeah, we kind of got that.
Yeah.
I'm asking about the after. What does that look like? So say you kill her and somehow she comes back to life. Not that I'm agreeing with the whole you dying situation, Will, but
No,
anyway,
that's fine.
you kill her.
We're discussing. We're having a conversation. That's fine.
What then happens?
Mm-hmm.
What then happens is I have a very competent team that will take care of very much creating essentially a very, very good PR piece that will include all the relevant details of how this person is dead and all the measures that have been taken that if she were to come back, she would not be an issue. You see, the concern for these individuals is that, well, this is a long story, but to put it mildly, her biological parents were very famous. Very much, natural leaders. There are some concerns by interested parties that her return would, how to phrase it? Start a revolution.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that.
I'm fairly certain I wouldn't be either, but the people I'm dealing with, that's the kind of mentality that you're dealing with. So you have to appease their paranoia.
That's all it is paranoia.
That and the fact that I do need to provide evidence that I am still capable of taking care of business.
You can't just do a PR piece.
Yes, but my PR experts have very much delineated that this requires me separating your head from your body.
Hang on, you said disemboweling a minute ago. Now we're talking about beheading.
I use
Yeah,
the term.
there
I
are
use
semantics,
terms for
though.
murder interchangeably.
But there needs to be specific semantics, because if I am going to be disemboweled, then there's specific cleanup for that. If I'm going to have my head chopped off, there's specific cleanup for that. You kind of need to get a consistent way.
My cleanup crew has dealt with everything and more. Cleanup is not a concern.
It is regarding my body.
We'll treat it kindly.
How long does it take to hand out all of these healing potions and stuff to people
It's
to wake everyone up?
Essentially, an action per thing, so one turn per thing. So in a minute, you could have handled like 10 of them.
Okay, so we had 9 healing potions that I could have handed out, unless anybody wanted to specifically keep one.
I would say roll the results for one potion, and we apply that to everybody, just to make things easier. RaQui, well, both of you, make an insight check.
It's 13, by the way.
Okay,
Healing.
okay.
For one potion, yeah.
$19.
Mine is 16.
You can clearly tell that the general is thoroughly amused by this entire conversation. So, should we get down to brass tacks? Well, I mean, should we get to the very showy violence? Don't worry, I'll have my men disperse and give them exact orders not to interfere. This will be just me versus all of you.
No, they're not getting involved in the fighting.
If you wish, I mean, it could be you and me, Will, and I'm fine with that as well. I just assume, based on this conversation and the looking for options, that your friends would like to participate anyway. Also, given the fact that my men have just told me that your friend over there is providing healing to all your other allies, presumably getting ready for a second round.
No, because they're injured.
Will, realistically, and
Yeah.
I'm going to talk a lot quieter on this part, so hopefully he can't hear me. Will, realistically, what's happening here? Because is there a way in this situation where you don't end up dead?
I'm not making it seem like there is.
Because none of us right now have the means to do anything about that.
I know. Which is why I'm trying to find other options.
I don't think he's going to give you another option.
No, neither do I.
Does she need to be dead?
We can you stall for time?
The door that has the "Do not enter" sign opens, and a young man, very spindly, very thin for a Goliath, comes in, very much disheveled, not wearing armor or fatigues like everyone else, just very much wearing like an office suit. And comes in and goes, "Dad, for the love of God, of the gods, just be," and he just gives him one stare, and the guy goes quiet. "I'm sorry for the interruption. My son doesn't know when to keep his mouth shut."
No, let him speak. That's a bit rude.
No.
I'll listen to him.
He will not speak. We're
I would like
burning
to have
daylight.
I understand that. I would like to speak to him in that room then.
Hmm.
Look, these are my last dying wishes.
Make a persuasion check.
It's 11, but to be fair, if I'm going to die, I'd like to speak to everyone before I die.
There's a +3 if you want to use it.
That brings it to 14, but that's not going to be enough though, is it?
No.
But they're my family. That's my uncle. I would like to speak to my family. So I'm going to go speak to my family.
He looks at the kid and goes, "You will mind yourself." Oh, then. The guy goes, "Okay, come with me," and turns and opens the door and walks inside.
I will follow him.
You follow him, and it's essentially a cupboard, but there is like a platform near the end where he stands on it and disappears.
Okay. I will follow him because that's weird.
You stand on the platform and you feel the typical sensation of a like teleportation kind of thing. You have the experience of perhaps when you were into Reverend Day in and out, you kind of travel through teleportation. It's that same sensation. And you find yourself in an atrium-sized room. The walls are very much, like different levels. And there are dozens of armors of different makes, even different periods. All of them very much built, but of course, no one inside. Very much, like a museum. Everyone has a plaque in front of the armor, and beside, like on top of the plaque, is a photo of the general with who you presume is the soldier.
Mhm.
On the others, that's very much takes part very much the left side of the atrium. The right side of it is you can tell very much from it is, it's again a lot of photos and everything, and much like the office mementos, but there you can tell clearly there's for missions. There is one with your passive perception, you see it clearly. There is a stand with a sword. This is essentially a long sword with like V-like guard. And the other one is a staff. Part like a mix of like wood and metal, kind of like techno-organic vibe to it. On top of those are two photos. You don't recognize the man, but you recognize the woman from that flashback you once had. You know that is your biological mother. The center of this atrium, like essentially the far back and taking up the stairs and taking up like the end of it, is very much almost like a family altar. There are photos of people from family. You see that woman that you saw in the hospital once more. There's a little like shrine built to her, and dozens of tiny little photos. You can like recognize photos of your mom over the course of her youth. There are fewer photos of the guy, of your uncle.
Okay. So and he's dead. So
You're well. Sorry, what do you mean?
so because I follow him.
He's there standing, kind of looking around. It looks very uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
It takes you a moment to realize that there is some family resemblance, because in the body language, he's so different from both his dad and your mother.
Mm-hmm. What was it you were going to say out there?
I don't think I should. I don't think I can. He is jittery. You see his hands are trembling, like almost like going. I don't think I can give details. I wish I could, but trust him. There is a plan for everything. Just follow his lead. I know he comes off as a callous murderer, but there's more to it. He's just not. He's not good at sharing. Not really in his wheelhouse. And he's the boss of a gigantic army. Giving orders is his thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not as bad as it sounds. And I would say take it easy on him, but I don't think he wants me to tell you that.
Well, I tried telling him that if he just came and spoke to me, I would have spoken to him.
It's he works on worst case scenarios.
I know.
That's how he plans.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna make a will save for him to see if he has the let's call it the guts to say this out loud.
Mhm.
That is a 14, so he does. Hence, he is used to being viewed as the monster. So he just assumes the bad guy pose every time.
Mhm.
For him, there was really no other way. Meanwhile, while you're having this little conversation, RaQui, you are in the office with the general and says, "Now I'll have your time." And he pulls out a folder, puts it across the desk. Please take a look.
I have a look at the folder.
It's a job offer that pays triple of the maximum you've ever made. Essentially, like 300,000 crests a year. To do exactly what you do now. Be a forensic, medical examiner. But working for Shadowrain. Because my men find themselves at the wrong end of all sorts of weaponry and magic and all sorts of other things. We have a competent team, but I think with you leading them, we could truly, you could save lives by helping us identify and combat the many things we encounter out there in the field. I know this might not be the best situation for a job offer, but do consider it.
It's a lot of money.
You also see that it's access to like cutting edge technology. You would basically be like the hospital of the future. Like they have the money to buy everything. And it's your department. You running the thing.
So interesting situation. You have got us here so that you can kill.
Will, yes.
Somebody who I see as a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And in doing so, you want to offer me a job.
I can compartmentalize.
Okay. So in what scenario do I take a job after you've killed my friend? I think we might have a conflict of interest here.
Well, after she's dead, she's no longer your friend, therefore no conflict of interest.
No, I definitely think you're not seeing the bigger picture. So
I'm very well aware of the situation, Doctor. I'm just trying to make a bit light of it.
Yeah, well, if you know me as well as you know my reputation based on this salary, you'd know I don't really do humor. But thanks for trying. So the situation at the moment is very much a case of as long as she stays in this room, you're not going to do anything to her. Until we come to an agreement.
Yes.
Okay, but the rest of us are free.
I'm very much leaning towards the let's have a rumble. I take care of all of you, presumably, or you kill me, whichever happens. If you kill me, hey, problem solved for you. But if not, then I take care of you. That's a big PR piece for me. I took out a bunch of seekers and, some criminals. And, hey, boom, business booms.
I mean, it does, but as a businessman, surely that sacrifice of resources to go through something that could be resolved amicably without people needing to die surely is a better proposition.
I know what you're getting to, but nah, my business is a violent one.
It is a violent one, but why end up with some of your men dead if you
Oh
can
no, my men
potentially
will not
avoid
be
it?
part of this.
Hmm,
This will be just me.
sure.
Tell
So,
that to the two that exploded.
Those were not alive.
but the rest of us are kind of free to come and go as we please whilst she stays in this room.
If you're thinking of, going and maybe getting some more allies or medical attention, give me a moment. And he taps something on his wrist. Says, yes, Mark is enough. Provide refreshments to the guests. And taps in, and the 10 soldiers pretty much all at the same time put down their rifles, and from like a side pouch on the leg pull out essentially like a Gatorade bottle and hand them to you. Feel free to take them. They're on the house.
Everybody's
Sod it.
gonna get
I'm
healed.
gonna take one. I'm gonna take one and drink it.
You
I
drink
do the
it.
same thing.
You drink it,
Yep.
RaQui, you are healed to full HP and full mana.
Aw. I'm just gonna turn around and give a thumbs up to the other guys.
On the bonus, it's also delicious.
That wasn't kind of what I was referring to, but yeah. So should the need arise, I have no need to go and get more allies. I trust the ones that I have with me. But should the need arise for me to, step next door, by all means, you can have one of your men accompany me, but I'd like the ability to do that if I so choose.
You're free to go.
And come back.
Of course. I can give you a guest pass if you want to. So if you
You're
take
trying
my
to give
offer,
me a job,
but if you take my
so-
offer, you would have credentials to come and go as you please.
We'll,
notice that he
we'll
is
leave
still-
the job offer.
He is still very much amused by this entire situation.
Can I know I'm at a distance, but can Errol with the limited amount of information he has on his uncle, does Errol get like a similar vibe of someone that like is shady as a general rule, but isn't necessarily out to murder them?
Make an insight check. I will say with disadvantage because you are, a distance away and kind of been not right there in the middle of things.
Because they're not quiet. Fuck you, natural 20. This is a disadvantage roll. It's not bad. Insight. 19.
Just from the evidence before you, he's dangerous. Definitely. But if he were out to just straight up murder
He'd have
you
done it,
all,
right?
there wouldn't be a conversation. He would have just told all his men to open fire. There's something else going on here.
Errol's just having flashbacks of Giovanni and of
Well, I will tell you, from what you're getting, Giovanni is like 7,000 times more shady than this guy.
well, yeah. But it was more a case of like Errol's been around this guy, but he was also around like the captain of Reverend Day, and she had like, I'm not telling you shit, but you're gonna do what you're told, and there's gonna be something for you to learn in it vibes, and he feels like maybe
It's a
this
similar
is
vibe.
one of those moments.
It's a similar vibe.
Um,
Also the similar vibe of, things are going to happen you can fight it, but things are gonna happen.
Oh, he's very confident in like this is going to go down a certain way. Errol's kind of like approach RaQui. He's like half looking at Clara and everybody else too because he thinks Clara might go off
Clara
the
is at
handle
a
the minute she finds out what's happening.
Clara is very much at a trigger finger moment.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to make a roll for Clara. I'm gonna need to make a will save for her because this is going a long time. She's just come down from a rage. We
Wait
need to
up.
know if she's gonna go off the handle. I wasn't cocked. That's an 11. Clara is jittery. Like she is looking around and she's already reloading the weapon.
I'm
hold it.
just gonna give the general a smile, turn my back on him, and go and meet Errol halfway. Is Clara behind Errol?
Yeah.
Okay. With my passive perception, can I see she's getting a bit
Oh,
jittery?
It's neon
I was
clear to
I
you.
was looking at her, so I bring her. Shall I bring her into this? I feel like we should
No.
keep her in the loop.
No.
Well, for the part, you see that the soldiers to your side have not changed their stance. Their rifles to the side and very much standing still.
So I'm just gonna go and meet Errol and just quietly talk and just be like, I don't see a way out of this where Will doesn't end up dead. And right now we have no capacity to deal with that. But I can go and get the capacity to deal with that.
Yeah. I'm feeling very deja vu-y. There's something he's not saying. If you wanted her dead, the minute she walked through that door without her, she'd be dead. There's nothing we could have done to stop him. Half of us were down.
I think we're being given the opportunity for her to be dead, but not be dead afterwards.
Exactly.
But we have no way of doing that.
Boy, we're being asked to do a trust fall with a guy that we don't fucking trust.
But even if we
time...
did trust him, this is what I'm saying, Errol. Even if we did trust him, we have nothing at our disposal right now to bring her back. Nothing.
I know, I hear you.
I'd feel a lot more comfortable if we did. We can carry on negotiating, they can carry on having that conversation, but here, right now, I would feel a lot more comfortable knowing that if things go sideways and she ends up dead, we have the means to do something about it.
I don't think you should go on your own. I think someone else should go with you. Just in case. I could stay here. Maybe you should take Clara.
I don't think Clara's going to agree to leave Will, and I think
she might agree to come find a way to save her.
While you're discussing this, we'll go back to the closet.
The closet? Back in the closet. Right, we're not doing that.
Will, you are there with your uncle. He's still a jittery mess, but he is, just told you what he told you, and I'll leave it to you.
How come you're in here? I would like to know that. Why does it say do not enter?
I'm not good with people, and I'm not really soldier material. I'm here because it's quiet.
Sorry, I've invaded your space.
Sorry? No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
You sure?
Yeah. Make an insight check.
Natural 20, 24.
Oh, this guy is incredibly conflicted.
Mhm.
He's desperate to tell you something, but is also terrified of telling you
Mhm.
what he has on his mind.
Mhm.
And he is just trying all he can to make you not ask questions.
Mhm. I'm gonna put
You
my
can clearly
hand.
tell this is not someone with a lot of willpower.
Mhm.
So with a natural 20, you know, even though it sounds cruel, this is someone that this is a quality of him that you could exploit
Mhm.
if you choose to do so.
I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder gently. And it's like, just so you know, I already made up my mind. So whatever information you give me or don't give me is not going to change that.
Make a persuasion check. I'm going to give you advantage. Because again, he is teetering.
I'm not going to roll advantage on that because I just got another natural 20.
Damn. He looks at you and he just goes, he's dying. He's dying, and he needs to make a big show to keep the company afloat after he's gone. Otherwise, just hundred people are just gonna end up. And he points to all the armors, all their families, all their friends, their kids. They're all part of this, and the company pays for everything. It pays for their schools, their insurance. I'm not supposed to tell you, but he's been paying for your mom's house and your dad's mechanic business for decades now.
I saw some of the papers.
Yeah, that's my fault. I should have put them away.
I could have not snooped.
Yeah, I've been trying to change the way he does things, but he's kind of set in his ways. He doesn't. If he gets, sorry. My sister thinks he's a monster and a bad guy, and I mean, he is in some ways, but he's very much he keeps playing that part for her. He doesn't want her to know that he's a person or but he cares or something. So he just I think the term is he hams it up a bit. But this is all a show. This is all to make a big splash and show the general still got it.
Yeah, I kind of guessed that with the fact that he's like, oh yeah, we need to make a big show of killing you. That's kind of very telling.
With a natural 20, I gotta tell you, he's not gonna kill you. He might, if you fight him, he might beat you up a bit, but there's a few things set to go off if you ever, as he would say, hit the deck. But he doesn't want you to know because he wants to look real. He's gonna be so angry.
No, he's not.
And he goes very quiet, kind of looking down almost at his feet, just very nervous.
Thank you for the conversation. It was nice meeting you.
He nods and then, without a word, turns and walks towards that little shrine to his mom and just kind of lights a candle and just sits by it.
Mhm. I'm
And
gonna follow silently. I'm gonna say a prayer as well. And I'll leave.
you step on the transporter you came through and appear again in the cupboard.
He needs to do something better than this. This is stupid. Open the door.
Even though when you step away, you realize you turn back and there is no visible platform.
Mhm.
It only appears if you get to it. You open from your point of view now, looking here, it just looks like a cupboard. You step through back in the office. It's just him sitting there. Though you do see a folder on the desk that has RaQui's name on it.
Mhm. You know, you really need to sort out that cupboard.
It's a bit messy.
It's stupid. I don't understand why it's a cupboard. Like, you could have so much more in there.
It's meant to hide things.
Okay.
Your friends are out there discussing things.
Mhm.
RaQui, with your passive perception, you can see that Will has just reappeared.
I'm gonna go meet her at the doorway
Mhm.
so she doesn't come out the room. Very quietly so that he can't hear me. I think I'm gonna go next door to
No, don't do that.
why we need something to protect you.
No, because I have a plan.
You have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to share the plan?
My plan is I need you guys to leave. No,
I mean,
know.
you can ask the others, but I'm not going anywhere.
No, I know.
And I can tell you right now, neither's Clara.
No, I know that. And the thing is, I know that if I ask you guys to trust me, you're not gonna trust me.
Is this you need us to trust you because you're gonna jump out of a window, or you need us to trust you because you need us to trust you?
I need you to trust me no matter what happens.
I'd feel a lot more comfortable knowing that there's something I can do for you. Because right now, Will, if you I can't.
I know. And if I tell you I'm going to fight him,
You so I kind of get the fact that it's pretty much inevitable that this is going to happen, but you're going to end up dead. And I can't do anything about that.
Mhm. but there are other things that can help. So,
You like what? You can't
okay,
ask me to stand here and watch you die.
no.
You know what's been going on over
I
the
know,
last.
and I don't want you to stand here and watch me die. I need you to look for people for me. I need you to see if you can find a cleric, a druid. There are many things that are not imminent that can bring me back.
Or I can just go next door.
Mm-mm. There's no reason to go next door. I've already got Errol in with an issue with an Asmodean deal anyway.
Sorry, what?
Errol, to come back, had to make an Asmodean deal. I forced that upon him.
Okay, that's a conversation for another time, but you know
Yes.
that. Sorry. You know that Asdium.
Kevin, can we take a break a second? I think I broke everyone.
I'm good. Just sorry, what? Broke me?
Oh, no, it's good. We're all good. You know that Asmodean deals are like a daily thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've grown up with people making Asmodean deals so that they can have sweets and a new car or a potion.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever is going on there, which we will talk about another time.
Mhm.
At least we'll have something
I mean,
to
that
know
is
that you're going to be okay.
I mean, that is true. However, the thing is, Errol is not going to be happy if you make an Asmodean deal. I mean, if you're able to find out if there is a way of doing it, I'm pretty sure there is. As you said, you can do it for sweets. Who would have thought I could have done that as a child?
I
And
mean,
now I feel like I've missed out.
you could have, but you didn't grow up around here, so you didn't know.
Well, no, exactly. And I feel a little discriminated against.
I can go and find out. I can go and ask the question.
Mhm.
If we don't use it, we don't use it. But
Okay.
at least we know we've got something for you.
Yeah.
Because right
Okay.
now we have nothing.
Okay. No, fair enough. Fair enough. If you want to ask, take Clara with you, please.
I mean, I can try, but she not very happy. I don't know if she's gonna come with me.
No, I know, but I know that she is going to be affected by this.
Okay. But you promise me that you don't do anything until we're back.
I promise you I will not do anything until you come back. In fact, I will make myself another coffee, which is disgusting.
Okay.
But that's what you get when you have crappy espresso machines.
Tastes all right to me.
It's because you've got no taste, old man.
So I'm just gonna lean round Will again and be like, I'm leaving, but I'm coming back. If you want me to consider that job offer, nothing happens until I get back.
Very well. He rummages on the desk and flings something at you. It lands on the floor next to you. It's a visitor's pass.
Oh. I'm going up to Clara.
Clara is already like has the rifle on a dead grip.
So
It's like just say the word, and we kill everybody here.
I'm just gonna really gently lay my hand on top of Clara's. Clara, I need to leave because I need to go and source something that is going to mean that Will walks out of here okay, no matter what happens. But I need somebody to come with me. They are not going to do anything. They have both assured me nothing is going to happen until we come back. But I can't do this on my own. Will you come with me?
Make a persuasion check.
Will also yell down, "Babe, please go with her."
So 16 on the dice plus 7, 23.
23.
23.
She is just a bundle of tension, but it relaxes just a bit. She slings the rifle and says, "Okay, let's go." She just goes and looks at all the soldiers. Any of you fuckers makes a move, I will break you upon my back, every single one of you. Just want to put that out there. You see that some of the soldiers kind of shift nervously, but otherwise they put. I'm actually going to roll her intimidation, which is fairly high. That's a 17. Roll the 9.
We're going
The soldiers
to
are afraid.
We're going to the Office of Deals.
You go to the next office. There is an Asmodean law office. Fairly empty in this part of town, but there is one in every district. At least one in every district, really. In Cardis, they're like Starbucks. There's one in every corner. Which more or less goes with what RaQui said. People have been using them to wish for random bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side, you see in a very tight business suit, a gaunt, red-skinned devil that is its entire body pierced by silver needles. And he goes, "Yes, can I help you?" Eyes like bloodshot in pain.
Good day to you. I'd like to inquire.
Phenomenal day. Bright sun, yes.
Jesus. I'd like to inquire about making a deal, please.
Yes, please. What do you wish?
I'd like to look at some options for a means of bringing somebody back to life, a one-off use, whether it be a spell, a potion.
How long has the person been deceased?
Not currently deceased, it's forward planning. So I'd also like the option that should it not be necessary, that no payment is required.
Well, the standard practice is for, depending on how long they've been gone, there is a matter of a degree of a service back. It can either be a monetary payment or we scratch your back, you scratch ours, kind of thing.
Yep, so what are the examples of the terms, please?
I'll need to contact my manager.
Yes, please.
And there's like a pillar of you see a glow under his feet, and a pillar of fire erupts where he's sitting. And when he goes away, a nice-looking gentleman, red-skinned, almost like classic devil horns, goes, "Hello." Has like a pencil mustache and a goatee, like a very thin Van Dyke mustache and beard. He goes, "Hello. So you wish to inquire with the different deals? It's something simple, just a service. If you are the one making the deal, it's something that it would be within your normal means of your profession." And he poof a folder appears in his on his hand. I see you're a medical examiner. We would require you to identify a set of bodies, possibly the result of a failed ritual of some kind, and identify if they will be returning as undead and devouring the souls of their loved ones, that sort of thing. Alternatively, it can be, we also see you're a seeker, it can be a task of retrieving something, protecting someone. It will be within the bounds of a seeker quest or job, as you would call it.
And in return, you will provide me with what?
If in return, we will bring your person back to life. Unless they have died of natural causes, in which case they are outside of the bounds of what we can offer. Though we can make them reincarnate in that situation, but that's a whole kettle of fish. And I'm guessing it's not what you have in mind.
No, but thank you for the offer. So in the instance where they do not die, no payment is required?
There is no, if there is no favor, there is no contract. In fact, let's just say the dotted line only gets signed if the favor is to be done. And since this is normally we deal in current situations or future situations, but not hypothetical situations.
Well, this looks like it might be a future situation.
You have a case of a Schrodinger's dead body.
So if I were to say that should a certain individual die within the next 24 hours, you will
make this
bring them
a bit simpler.
Yep.
And the folder disappears and a black coin appears in his hand, and he hands it to you. If you're deceased is likely to appear, or it does appear, and the death happens.
Yeah.
Just think upon the deal you wish to make and grip the coin tightly. And one of our associates will appear. And
I can keep this coin?
Yes, of course. At the moment you establish the deal, the coin will disappear, of course. But until then, this is yours to keep.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think that answers all of my questions.
Very well. Another pillar of fire and the same devil with a needle appears. I'm glad we can help you.
Thank you. Have a lovely day.
Yes, lovely.
Bye. Very swiftly exit and take Clara back.
I was like, am I the only one that was weird?
Yeah, it was weird.
Okay. You return down to the lower levels where, unless anyone wants to do something, nothing has happened.
I would have made another coffee, and I would also offer to make him one as well.
He politely refuses.
It's not like I'm going to poison it.
He doesn't reply to that.
Not even a chuckle. Wow. Okay.
You return, Ricky.
On the way back, I am also going to say to Clara, this means that if things go wrong, we have the means to save Will. I feel like she is going to ask us to trust her, and I want to trust her, and I know it's going to be difficult for you, but...
I'm fine. If anything happens to her, I will kill everything alive in that room. Simple as that. And she tells you matter-of-factly. Like she's saying, this is a door from a catalog. I'm just going to kill everybody in that room.
This is what worries me. Okay. Just hear Will out. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
And we go back.
The lift opens and you step in much the same situation you saw before.
I'm going straight leave Clara with the other guys.
I would tell you,
and then...
with your passive perception, you can see that your other allies are very much confused, and Clara's not the only one getting ready to jump.
I head back to the room, the office, the doorway.
Oh, you're back.
I'm back. Will?
I mean, she said she was going to come back, so, you know.
I'm a bit more comfortable. I'm not happy, but I'm a bit more comfortable now. I don't know how you're gonna do this because everybody out there is getting ready to fight.
I know.
You need to think about that.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Nate, you're muted.
Errol's gonna like wander up and just lean on the door frame. And things are getting real tense out there. I don't know what the plan is. RaQui, you're back. We can all hear most of what was discussed in this room. You're not super quiet. How real is this supposed to seem?
Real enough.
Okay. And do you want everybody involved, or can we get your mother out of here? You know, the thing we came to do, the thing that the Seekers came to help us with.
She can leave. She will be leaving with you guys.
Might stop some of the tension out there if we can get some people out with your mother. And then we'll deal with whatever the fuck is going on in this room together.
If you can get them to leave.
Well, yeah, like everybody listens to me.
For one, I need everyone to just not react in regards to, and I know you're listening. You're not going to kill anyone. Okay?
Clara's already like reloading and just giving you a look. There's a stairs. Sure, right. We're gonna go with that. Sure.
This is look, we came in with a purpose. Let's finish the job.
Yep.
And then whatever this is that we have to do to get you out of here, we're all walking out of here.
Can you, I'm gonna go to him, but like, can you let my mother out?
Sure. He presses a button and the door you see on the hall, the door leading to her room opens. And there is a small, he opens a communication thing and a little screen pops up where you can see her, but you can clearly see that someone like Zoom, he has this window, like his video shut down and says, you can leave. Your mom already goes, where the fuck is Will? He shuts the thing down. Oh, it's your business getting her out without arguing. So in my experience, that rarely works out.
Voltaire, your mum's loose. Do you want to go find her?
You don't even need to tell him, he's already running down the hall.
I assume his group goes with him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, that's 4 people
That's-
down.
Exactly.
Well, I'll allow you to say your goodbyes if you wish.
Yes, please.
Oh, you thought the rest of us were leaving? That's a harder sell, Will.
I already
No.
told you I'm not leaving.
No, I know that. That's not what I mean. We need to ask the Seekers to leave, so you know.
Well, you asked them to come help you. You go tell them to leave.
Exactly. Am I allowed to?
Oh,
Okay. And I will thank them for coming and helping out. And my mother is now free, which is the whole point. And if they'd be able to help the others leave.
Tigger goes, I have to say, as more or less your leader in this town, I have to ask, is everything all right? If you need us to stay, we'll stay. If we need to turn this place
No,
upside down, we're very good at it.
I know, and I don't need you to do that.
Make a persuasion roll for me. You're gonna
He's
need
like-
to, because very intense situation. And he is very much in charge of all of you.
What is with these natural 20s? Thank you.
Wasting them all. But it's enough.
I know.
And so he goes, very well. Once you're out, I expect a full debrief of the situation. He goes,
Mhm.
I have stopped understanding what's going on about 30 minutes ago.
That's fine.
You and the rest of us, I think.
Olo,
Sother,
you are also free to go.
sorry, who you tell that to?
Olo.
Olo's response.
I hope this plan's not as bad as your normal plans.
Oh, you mean like asking someone to do a heist without asking the person who's actually good at doing it?
Exactly. I'll keep an eye on your mother.
I thank you. I appreciate it. And I took your advice and I went and asked the expert about dead bodies, so you know.
At least you're learning.
Exactly.
Catch you on the other side.
See you soon.
Okay. Sother gives you a nod and turns away. Mintra doesn't move. And she looks to RaQui and goes, am I staying or am I leaving?
I love Mentra.
I found that a little bit rude. I also bring you coffee.
Yeah, but I'm her little library nerd. So,
I mean, that is true.
Library folk, we stick together.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
So
Library.
I look to Will again and I go, jump out of the window, trust, or trust.
Trust.
I'll look back to Mentra. We'll meet you outside. Thank you.
Before Mintra goes, I'm going to put my hand on her shoulder. And I'm going to whisper and be like, please look after her if she feels down. Or if she ends up being upset after this. As you said, you guys need to stick together.
She gives you that same, like, very, she had that stare she pretty much gives everybody. Goes, I don't do emotional support, but I'll do my best. And then she turns away and walks with Sother and Ticker to the lift.
Mm-hmm.
The general does, one of the soldiers approaches you and hands you like an earpiece.
Okay.
From the office, very quiet general goes, "We both know my daughter, and I will have to have some of my men escort her out along with your brother and his crew.
Mhm.
Because she will not leave willingly.
I know.
Are you okay with that?"
If you can get her to the Seekers, they can escort her out.
Very well. Pretty much as he said, your mom is kicking up a fucking storm.
Yeah, I
And
kind
is
of
trying
guessed.
to get, like, Voltaire is trying to hold her back and she's fighting him. There are soldiers kind of joining in and kind of grabbing her and kind of moving it, almost like a protective detail. But the soldiers are not sure who they're protecting. Either your mom from them, your mom from your grandfather, or the other way around. They're not sure. They just know they have to get her out. But you do have a moment you can share with her. He goes, "Well, honey,
Yes.
you're coming with me. And once outside, I'm going to come back and I'm going to bitch slap my father."
No, I will meet you outside. I am a grown-up.
You have to make a persuasion check again for her. I will with her is with disadvantage. You have a disadvantage from maternal instinct.
15. God damn it, why couldn't I have the natural 20 then?
That's enough. She is incredibly conflicted, but you're very much talking to her from a very, from what I can tell, calm position.
Mhm.
She kind of accepts it reluctantly
Mhm.
and begins to move. Voltaire, on the other hand, go, "Hey, sis, you say go, I'll fuck people up. Just say go."
I'm telling you to leave with mom.
Okay. You and I were going to have a conversation at some point, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Fine. And he and his crew leave. Lynn appears and steps to you and says, "You know what? He doesn't say it. He cares a lot.
I know.
You're pretty cool too." And winks at you. You have bardic inspiration.
Aw.
And he walks and gets into the lift again. That means everybody except Clara and Errol and RaQui, because I think Olo is also bouncing.
Yep.
That means everybody but RaQui and Errol and Clara have left the building.
Clara.
Hmm.
I'm not going anywhere.
No, I'm not going to tell you to go anywhere, sweetheart. Like, that's just stupid.
You just tell me when to stop and I'll stop dropping bodies.
I need you to stop.
Or earlier than I expected, but okay.
I need you to trust me.
Can Errol insight check Will?
Make an insight check.
'Cause this isn't
Will,
Will's
I'm going to have you make a
MO.
deception roll if you're trying to hide your cards. We're gonna guess that from that it's a natural 20. Will, maybe you can roll that natural 20 as well. Or roll high enough for it not to matter.
It's 28 total.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't even be able to get that. So
What is Errol reading from you?
she is very, very calm. Almost at peace in a way. Because she knows that no matter what ends up happening, like, her faith is extremely strong to the point where, like, she knows that if divine intervention is going to be a thing, like, if it is warranted, it would happen for her. So that is why she's extremely calm, because she's like, this is, I was meant to be here at this moment. But also she knows it in a way, she kind of knows how they're going to react, and she wants them to trust her. And she
So-
knows that they probably won't.
So Errol's insight was like, so she feels like she's supposed to be here. This moment is meant for her in a very like.
It's very much pure
to-
serenity.
Well, it's to echo something that was said about Errol, which I thought was unfair. But for Will, it's like her chosen moment. This is her chosen one moment. She's like, this is exactly where I'm supposed to be, on exactly the path.
Mhm.
But is it fair to say that this is not her normal MO in any other situation, and Errol's got a fair reading that she might know something that they don't,
Yes.
or believe something that they don't, at least?
Yes.
It's definitely
she's-
not standard Will, no.
No.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's why I was like, can I insight check Will? Because normally she'd be all for the let's fuck him up. Considering how often she's running off into danger or doing stupid shit, this is calm and weird. So Errol's like, something's happened that I missed. Okay, he's gonna just put his arm on. He's gonna put his hand on Clara's shoulder and just be like, if we need to drop bodies, I am with you. I think this might be a trustful for Will. Do you trust her?
That doesn't stop me from dropping bodies.
And if that happens, I am right with you and I will help. Always nice to find a flanking partner.
He just like cracks her neck. And Clara just looks at you and says, you say go.
What happens now, Will? General.
Whilst that conversation is going on, I wouldn't say that RaQui is praying, because she doesn't really pray, but in the back of her mind, she is thinking to herself, if this goes wrong and she crosses over, I hope that Nevrush will look after her. So it's not really a prayer, it's more kind of just a thought.
You get the glimpse of a skeletal man in a robe sitting on a rocking chair, having a chuckle. Well, they're looking to you, Will. Well, to the general. The general is just his gaze set on you, Will.
None of you are to cross this line. She'll point to the doorway.
Wait, you're gonna ask us to stand here and watch him kill you? Because that's probably not. It's not gonna happen.
You're not gonna watch him kill me. You're gonna watch me fight alone.
If I have anything to say about it, I would prefer the lot of you.
You're not hurting my friends or my girlfriend.
I have seen her file and have done military exercises with her. She can take care of herself.
That's the point.
How believable is it? This is what this is all about, right?
Oh,
You
I'm
have to
going to
sell that
kill you
she's dead.
all. There is no discussion about that. I am going to kill you. I am going to kill her.
You're not killing them.
I mean, it would seem a bit counterproductive to kill me when you want to offer me a job.
Well, there are always other professionals out there.
Not like me, there aren't.
True,
She's got you
but
there.
I'll have to, as I said, I have a good team. But anyway.
So who's fighting then?
No, you're not fighting.
Sounds like we're fighting.
Don't make me stamp my feet. We're not fighting.
I'm not your mother. I don't give a shit if you stamp your feet at me, Will.
The general walks out of the office and two great axes appear in his hands. He just puts them over his shoulders. So, are we doing this or not?
No, we are doing this. They are not doing this.
I'm going to ask the party. In this case, just Errol and RaQui. Are you fighting? Or are you leaving
Errol's-
this to Will only?
Errol's not going to stand here and watch him kill you, Will. That was never a part of this agreement. And like, good luck convincing Clara to do the same thing.
Clara's fighting. There's no argument there. Clara's fighting. Clara
Oh, it
sees
sounds like she needs a.
Clara sees this guy throw a punch against Will or an axe. All bets are off. You had to
feels
know
like
that from the
Clara
get-go.
Feels like Clara really needs a flanking buddy. Really, really needs a flanking buddy.
I was not necessarily just gonna sit back and not do anything, but I was more gonna kind of just, cast a few aiding spells.
Oh,
here
yeah,
and
Oh, yeah, you're gonna
there.
fight.
We're fighting.
Well, no. Key was not going to actively fight, but she has stuff that could help Will. That's what she was going to do. If you construe that as
RaQui going to
fighting,
be
that's up to
Was
you.
RaQui going to be part of the initiative?
Was she going to stand there and do nothing? No.
Yes, you're gonna fight.
Initiative. roll.
Sorry, Will. Sorry.
We
But-
trust you. We just also are not going to stand here and watch you die. That's
Okay.
not
You
a.
could win. It could be that you win. You don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, we could. We could kill him. Then what?
Yeah.
I don't want to kill him, but okay, fine. Okay,
Did she
let's
say
We
go.
that?
won't roll
No,
initiative.
no.
Does she say that out loud?
No, she doesn't.
We won't roll initiative this time because we're right at the end. We'll leave this battle for next time. But I will say one thing for RaQui. Because you have that little piece of technology that gives you the ability to see people's, HP and mana. You don't see
Yeah.
any for him. You see a completely different bar altogether. If you see like HP is red and mana is blue, you see a yellow bar for
What?
him.
Shielding. He's got barriers.
Oh my god. Okay.
And that's going to be it for us for tonight. Join us next week, hopefully, for the finale of this arc.
Hey.
And let's get ready to rumble.
Oh no.
That's it then for us. That was a long, drawn-out negotiation.
Mm-hmm.
I did not wish to interrupt when I wasn't in the room, but then it was like,
Not exactly
like
subtle.
everyone can hear you. No.
No.
Errol just kept thinking, if Will thinks I'm gonna stand here and be like, yeah, just cut her head off, it's fine. She doesn't know anything about the rest of the party. And then just kept side-eyeing Clara, like, well, that's not gonna end well.
Well, at least we've got full health and mana back.
Wait.
Yeah.
I don't. I didn't.
Yeah, after handing out all of our health potions, so that was it. We don't have those anymore, but you know.
I
We
came
didn't
from
know.
RaQui's conversation with him.
I don't have my health and mana, so
You can possibly get one more Gatorade before the fight starts. I'm sure he will be accommodating.
yeah, he'll want to fight me like
Of course, he wants
He's
you
trying
at
to
show.
kill,
your,
he's
he
trying
wants
to
you at your
kill you.
best. That's how the show works.
Yeah.
But that's going to be it for us for tonight. Before we go, we quickly go around. People can tell you who they are and who we're playing. Nate.
Hello, I'm Nate. I was playing Errol Reminash, the Craggling Fighter, and you can find me. Well, you can usually find me on Twitter as Tiniest Sidekick. We will see how long that site lives for. And here on this channel, playing various games on various days, and on YouTube playing Kernels of Mystery.
Ash.
Hi, I'm Ash. I've been playing Olo. Apparently the only member of the party who trusted Will to actually have a plan. He's going to be very disappointed when they die and he's outside.
Kat.
Hi, I'm Kat. I have been playing RaQui MriTtyur, the grumpy negotiator, apparently. I did kind of trust Will, but I also have a side plan. So we'll see.
And the person definitely jumping out the window. Will. Jay,
Hi,
take it away.
MJ. I played Will. You can find me usually on this channel playing various games like Vampire and Aetherseed, and also on the YouTube channel playing Kernels of Mystery. And you can find me on Twitter at JJ_squishy1990.
That's it for us then for tonight. Thank you all for joining us. We hope you had a good time, and we will see you next time. Bye.